It's a privilege for me to report some of my reflections as we move from the assembly from Busan to Karlsruhe. When I attended as a delegate the assembly in Busan, that was the first time I had been an assembly delegate. And I can remember thinking that the thematic plenaries were so incredible. They were powerful and meaningful, and I was truly moved. And then when we had our first Central Committee in June of 2014, we began our pilgrimage walking together, starting even at the top of the hill at a holy place and walking down to Basse one day. And that was a perfect way to initiate walking together on a pilgrimage of justice and peace. Later, I was on the pilgrimage to Hiroshima and Nagasaki to acknowledge 70 years since the atomic bomb and to remember how it was dropped on those cities. The pilgrims who were a part of that team came from all member churches and from countries that either had nuclear weapons or were dependent on nuclear weapons. And at that time, we reaffirmed our commitment to speak out against nuclear proliferation and to end nuclear weapons from all time. It was such a powerful part of the pilgrimage. And then we worked on peace in the Korean Peninsula, continuing to work together from north into south and to see what was possible. And it is such a struggle, but we keep that pilgrimage going. And we had a pilgrimage to the Holy Land, to Palestine and Israel, to Bethlehem and Jerusalem. And we planted olive trees and we prayed for peace in the Middle East. And then we had an executive committee meeting in Jordan and further work on peace in the Middle East. There was a pilgrimage in North America to accompany us in our efforts to deal with our original sin of racism. And we had an amazing Central Committee meeting in Trondheim, Norway. There we visited so many places and saw so many experiences. And I became acquainted with the indigenous people of that country and learned even how our United Methodist congregation had supported the Sami people and had also cared for Jewish people during times of the Holocaust. So many amazing memories from that Central Committee meeting. And we visited Armenia and we supported our witness to support those who were remembering the genocide. And we had visits to China and Sweden and Finland and Cyprus, and there trying to work on peace between Turkey and Cyprus, and much, much more, including a grand worldwide mission event and evangelism in Tanzania. And then as we began to turn our attention to preparing for the next assembly, we continued to walk together for justice and peace while deliberating around a new theme. And we came up with the theme truly of Christ's love, moving the world to reconciliation and unity. Knowing that there is much more work to do with the Faith and Order Committee as we enter this new theme. They are going to be very busy. But then came an outbreak of a worldwide pandemic, and we turned our attention to the issues of health and well-being, how to assist people of the world to be safe and healthy. Still, Christ's love is what it is all about for us. Our fellowship in the World Council of Churches and Christ's love moving us to live and to act in love as we give thanks, looking back to what we have done and saying yes, looking forward to a future that we hope can truly bring reconciliation and unity, leading everyone so that there is abundant life for all of God's children in every place.